The establishment of the Bank of North America, a revolutionary finance tale with a hilarious twist. Picture this. It's 1781 and the American Revolution is still raging. Soldiers are demanding pay. Merchants won't accept the Continental dollar because apparently monopoly money holds more value, and the entire economy is as stable as a unicyclist on a tightrope in a hurricane. Into this financial circus strolls Robert Morris, the so-called financier of the revolution. His grand solution: create the first commercial bank in America. Yep, he was about to save the revolution with the 18th century equivalent of Venmo. By 1781, the colonies were drowning in debt, over $25 million, which was about infinity dollars in 18th century terms. Inflation had turned the Continental dollar into a punchline. You need a wheelbarrow of cash just to buy a loaf of bread. Soldiers were threatening mutiny over unpaid wages, and morale was lower than a limbo stick at a Caribbean party. Enter Robert Morris, a wealthy Philadelphia merchant who somehow managed to exude both brilliance and scammer vibes at the same time. Morris had just been appointed Superintendent of Finance, which at the time was like being handed the keys to a sinking ship and told to sail it to safety. Robert Morris wasn't alone in his bold venture. He teamed up with Alexander Hamilton, yes, that Hamilton, and a Swiss financier named Jacques Necker, whose name sounds like he moonlights as a pirate. Together, they cooked up a plan to establish a national bank that would stabilize the economy, pay the army, and convince the world that the fledgling United States wasn't about to go belly up. The idea was radical: a bank. In a world where most people thought banking was just fancy gambling, Morris might as well have suggested building a spaceship. Morris's idea was simple. The Bank of North America would issue notes backed by actual hard currency. Gold and silver. Shocking, right? Unlike the Continental dollar, which was backed by, well, hope and vibes, these notes would be worth something. Morris convinced Congress to charter the bank and got the French to loan him some gold and silver, because the French, bless their hearts, just love sticking it to the British. The bank opened in Philadelphia in December 1781, with Morris himself as one of its largest shareholders. But wait, let's talk about their opening day. The Bank of North America's grand debut wasn't exactly smooth. Word spread that the bank was backed by real money, and suddenly every merchant, farmer, and Revolutionary War groupie in Philadelphia showed up, demanding to see the gold. It was like Black Friday at a medieval Walmart. People were elbowing each other, shouting, "I want my silver." One guy reportedly tried to trade a chicken for a gold coin, arguing that the chicken was worth its weight in eggs. Meanwhile, Morris stood at the back, probably sweating bullets and whispering, "Don't let them into the vault." Despite the chaos, the bank managed to survive its first days and quickly gained public trust. It started issuing loans to fund the Continental Army, paying soldiers, and buying supplies. Suddenly, the army wasn't just a ragtag group of hangry rebels. They were a semi-functioning fighting force. The success of the Bank of North America didn't just stabilize the war effort. It also proved that Americans could handle something as sophisticated as a banking system. Take that, King George! The Bank of North America became the blueprint for future American financial institutions. It showed the world that the United States wasn't just a scrappy rebellion, it was a nation with brains behind the brawn. As for Robert Morris, he cemented his legacy as the guy who saved the revolution's wallet. Sure, he later landed in debtor's prison, cause irony is cruel, but in 1781 he was the financial MVP. So there you have it. The Bank of North America didn't just help win the war, it laid the foundation for the modern American economy. It's a reminder that sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought with muskets but with money. And hey, the next time your bank overdraft fee makes you want to throw tea into a harbor, just remember, at least you're not trying to pay soldiers with monopoly money.